Thiruchitrambalam. பெரும்புலர் காலை மூழ்கி பித்தற்கு பத்தராகி அன்புடு மலர்கள் கொண்டங்க ஆர்வத்தை உள்ளே வைத்து திரும்பினல் விளக்கு தூபம் விதியினால் இடவல்லார்க்கு கரும்பினில் கட்டி போடுவார் கடவுள் ஏறட்டானே. கருணை ஒளி திருமுகத்தில் திருநீற்றுணுதலும் கண்டாரை வசப்படுத்த கனிந்த வாயளகும் பெருமை திரு துறவோடு பொறை உளத்தில் பொறுத்தே பிஞகனார் மலர்த்தாள்கள் பிரியாத மனமும் மறுவினர்கள் அகலாத ஞானமே வடிவம் வளர்துரைசை சிவஞான மாமுனிவன் மலர்த்தாள் ஒரு பொழுதும் நீங்காமல் எமது உளத்தில் சிரத்தில் ஓதிடும் நாவினில் என்றும் உண்ணி வைத்தே வைப்பான். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். My sincere prayers are with Lord Shaivam, Kurmasanyanangala, Thiruvavudurai Adinam, Madhava, Swanyana Swamigal, and my Guruji, Sathangal Swamigal. Sincere Namaskarams to the Saiva.org team of Mr. Ganesh, Mr. Raja, and everyone, and also all the listeners. Good evening. In continuation of the last three classes, which we were discussing about Thiruñāna Swamigal's Thevaram as the first, second, and third Thirumurais. In the sequence of 12 Thirumurais, the first three have been compiled by Thiruñāna Swamigal, which we had a brief discussion of half an hour each on the last Saturday, Sundays. Today we are in a position to take up the fourth Thirumurai. As we said earlier, the fourth, fifth Thiruñāna Sambandha. So, by historically, Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal also belonged to 7th century. Very fortunate, and it's a blessing by the time both Thirunavukkarasu and Thiruñāna Sambandar lived on the same period. So they had an opportunity to meet each other. They had an opportunity to travel a bit together and a lot of exchanges. In fact, Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal has recorded in his Thevaram about some of the incidences where Thiruñāna Sambandar has been blessed by Lord Shaivam. So it's a golden period for Tamil, I should say, and for Saivism. Even the history researchers feel there was a downtrend for Saivism right from 1st to 6th century AD because of the rulers who were following different religions. And there was a downward trend for this culture, this Saivism and everything. It is a blessing from Lord Shaivam that the 7th century, these both Acharyas, Thiruñāna Swamigal and Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal, have been sent to this universe at the same time. And they did the correction. And to be very proud of today, it's almost 1,500 years now, but the Saivism is standing at top after their hard work. And it was continued by Sundaramurti Swamigal on the 8th century, and later on, many people have taken it forward. So it doesn't mean Saivism as a religion or as a philosophy came to existence by 7th century or 8th century. No. It's an ever-existing one. There were always ups and downs in the history we have studied. So it was of a little bit on a downward trend from 1st to 6th century, which have been reorganized and restructured to this extent by these two years. So Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal came from Thiruvaimur. There is a place somewhere on we call it as Thirumurai Padi Nadu. It's a part of Tamil Nadu. His parents were Pukalanar and Madiniyar. His sister, Telahavariyar, elder sister, a small introduction I'd like to give about his history, because it's always our responsibility to know about the authors who have done this great work. So their life history also to be studied, to some extent to be followed, and is to be conveyed to the next generations. Very unfortunate, in Tamil, we are not so keen in maintaining the history data. Fortunate for us, Seklar Swamigal, in his Thiruchitrambalam, which is the 12th Thirumurai, has given the life history details of Thirugnanasambandha Swamigal, Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal, and Sundaramurti Swamigal in a detailed manner. So that's a base document today on understanding their historical truths. Very unfortunate to be said, Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal's childhood days are all not so pleasant, even though Puhalanar, his father, spent a lot of money for his education, and he did so well in that exemplary way of studying. But unfortunate, Puhalanar passed away. On those days, it was a culture, so his mother also passed away immediately. So, leaving these two children behind, Tilakavadiyar has been fixed for wedding with one Mr. Kalipahayar, who also lost his life in the battle as he was working for the military, the king. So, just before his wedding, he was in a position to accompany the king and his team for a battle where he lost his life. So Tilakavadiyar decided to lose her life also. But Thirunavukkarasu Swamigal requested Tilakavadiyar to stay as he has no one left over. Just to take care of his brother, Tilakavadiyar, who is about 5 to 7 years elder than Thirunavukkarasu, she lived. So Thirunavukkarasu's name has been noted in the books as Marul Nikiyar. Even Sheklar says Marul Nikiyar vanda avadaram seidar. So that's how his name. Later, Shivaberman has called him, given the name as Thirunavukkarasu. Now means its tongue. Thiru means its holy tongue, which means he has the ability to sing songs. So the tongue has been praised, and he says, Swami says, he is the king of tongues. That's what the Thirunavukkarasu, Aras means king. So there has been blessed, he has been blessed by Shivaberman as Thirunavukkarasu. So sister was taking care of his younger brother. Unfortunately, his younger brother started following Jainism, thinking that would be the right path. And there he became a leader as Dharma Senar. That's the title has been given. He is rated as one of the top of the Jain community. His sister was so depressed because the brother has gone to the other religion from Shaivism, and she continued, I should say, praying. Tiruvadigai, there's a place near Thiruvaimur. Today it is somewhere near us, Banrutti in Tamil Nadu. So that's the temple, Lord Shivabrahman, known as Veerattaneswara. So she moved to that place, had her own house, and her pride or the only duty is to worship Lord Shivabrahman throughout the day. So even for placing flowers on Lord Shivabrahman during worship, She herself planted trees. Even she dug a pond for watering these trees. So such hard work she has been doing, all with the only motto of praying Lord Shivaperaman. And the prayer was only for bringing his brother back to Saivism. It was a long prayer, but very sincere, committed prayer. Lord Shivaperaman, leading to her prayers, gave Sulai Noi, we called. It's a severe stomachache to him. And his Jains, they could not resolve his problem. He was suffering like anything. That's the way he came back to Saivism. It's a small introduction. So she gave actually Thiruneeru ashes powder, which is the strong symbol of Saivism. As soon as he got from her sister, he had a great relief of the pain. So sister took him to that Thiruvadigai temple, Virattaneshwarar, where he started singing this Thevaram. The first Thevaram, what he was singing. Kutrai inavaru vilakkagali கொடுமை பல செய்தன நான் அறியேன் ஏற்றாய் அடிக்கே இரவும் பகலும் பிரியாது வணங்குவன் எப்பொழுதும் தோற்றாது என் வயிற்றின் அகம்படியே குடரோடு துடக்கி முடக்கியிட ஆற்றேன் அடியேன் அதிகைகளில விரட்டான துறையம்மான. And he completely got relieved of the pain and started following Saivism very sincerely. And these next 3 Thirumurais, 4 and 5 and 6, are sung by him. The history says he had made thousands of songs, says around 49,000 padihams here. But unfortunately, we are able to get only some 300 plus today. So this 4th Thirumurai has 113 padihams, which is about 1070 songs. It involves around 50 places, as I was explaining in Gnanasambandar's Thevaram. Upper Swamigal or Thirugnanasambandar Swamigal was also traveling to every temple, and there he sang songs. So such places which have been covered in this 4th Thirumurai is around 50. So just for a number, for interest, it is 50 places. In totality, 113 padihams and total of 1070 songs. It has been sung in 10 pans, Kolli, Kandaram, Piyandai Kandaram, Sadari, Kandara Manjamam, Palandakaraham, Palampanchuram, Indalam, Chehamaram, and Kurinji. In total of 10 padihams, and total of 21 padihams have been rendered with these puns. The balance of almost 92 padihams has not been recorded as with the puns today. So in Tamil we call it as Yappu Amaili, which means is with a literary way it has been recorded. Very fortunate today there is an attempt to cover these balanced songs or these 92 padihams, also being sung with the senior Oduvars, we called, the Tamil musicians like Thiruthani Swaminathan Oduvar. Today there is an attempt to cover these 92 padihams also with the puns. It has been organized by one Mrs. Pungudi of Coimbatore. She is very instrumental, and Mr. Thiruthani Swaminathan, who is doing this job now, to be completed very shortly, we believe. So in totality, 113 and 21 have been already recorded with the 10 puns throughout, and this 92 is now being on the process of be the present or one of the senior most musicians. That's it. As the same pattern what we were discussing in the Thiruñana Sambandha's Thevaram, here also there are some the Padihams, which we call as Arpuda Padihangal, which means where Lord Shivaperuman's blessings have been realized at the moment on the songs. The first one, the Kutrai Inavaru itself, the moment he received this Thiruneeru and wearing it and started singing this Kutrai Inavaru, he has been relieved of the stomachache, which he says the whole intestine is being twisted, such a pain I have been experienced. For a senior person of somewhere 60 plus at the age, and being suffering through that such an immense pain, it has been just like that. He got relieved by singing this. The truth today, many people have got relief from stomach ailments by sincerely praying Lord Shivaperuman with this Padiham today. Many people, even people who have been diagnosed with kidney stones, gallbladder stones, who were supposed to undergo surgeries, a lot of faith and trust with Lord Shivaperuman and Upper Swamy. They were actually praying by singing these songs. That is Kutrai Inavaru Padiham. To be very frank, I have met some people who have got relieved of these stones issues just by following this prayer. That is the power today these Thirumurais are having. Tamil as a language has got a great asset with these Thirumurais. One part it has contributed to the Tamil literature, and the other way, these are all actually bringing not just the knowledge, to the wisdom for the people. So even today, as we were seeing some Arpuda Padihams of Jnana Sambandhas, Upper Swami's Padihams are also, there are some like this, which has, even today, people are experiencing that Lord Shivaperuman's blessings by getting rid of stomach ailments by singing Kutrai Inavaru. Kutrai Inavaru Vilakkagale Kodumai Vala Saidana Nanariyen, that's how he says. And that the entire song he says, he is trying to commit, reassure to Lord Shivaperuman that my prayers and my association with you will continue, and I will never repeat the mistake of going away from here. The first song itself, he says, Piriyadu Vananguvan, which means I worship continuously. I will never go away from you. Eppoludum Vananguvan, which means throughout I will be doing this. I don't have morning or evening or night. I don't have Sunday, Monday. My prayers will be continuous and it will be throughout, whether it is day or night, he says. Etrai, Adike, Iravum, Pagalum, Piriyadu, Vananguvan. Day and night I will be praying you. Piriyadu. Never go away from you. Eppoludum. I will continue this till this soul resides in this body, and even if it is after that also. That's the way he says. And the third song in this Padiyam, he says, Panindarana Pavangal Patravalli. Lord Shivaperuman has the habit or his character in such a way. He just forgives people's all evil sins what they have done once they surrender to him. It's all simply we need to surrender ourselves to the feet of Lord Shivaperuman. He apologizes all. He takes care. he doesn't take anything into the account of what we have done in this birth earlier or even in the earlier births. So that's how Lord Shaiva's grace. That's what he says. Panindarana Pavangal. Panindar means one who has surrendered. All their Pavangal sins, what they have done earlier, all being just like that, vanishing away, because Swamy has that grace. So this Padikam, the first one, historically when he came from Jainism into Shaivism and started following up Shaivism, the king and the kingdom was following Jainism and they were disturbed with this fact. So they in fact sent people and called him, and the king, by listening to these Jainism leaders, have given him punishments. Very frank, with the Lord Shaiva's blessings, none of the punishments disturbed him. History says 4 types of punishments have been given to him. He has been put in a lime kiln, so this is called Thirunavukkarasu, where we actually, with water, this lime has been treated as this one, which produces enormous heat. He has been put inside that. It's like a kiln actually, boiler, I can say, which for a normal person, with just a short span of time, they will lose his life and the entire body will be burnt into ashes. He has been put inside for 7 days like that. When they opened the door, thinking max, these ashes would be retained there, he came out smiling. There he sang a Padiyam called Masil Vinayam, which is a part of 5th Thirumurai today. Maybe tomorrow, on the 5th Thirumurai discussion, let me try to talk about that. The next punishment they were giving us with the elephant, which is from the part of his tree. So making Thirunavukkarasu body to be submerged under the floor, only head alone to be on the ground, so that this elephant will kick off his head. Such a capital punishment they were trying again. So this elephant has been instructed to do that. And it's a punishment which they were giving to people for some serious offense they have done. This elephant came, made 3 rounds on him, kneeled in front and worshipping the Thirunavukkarasu, because the moment this punishment was announced or this organized for execution, he sang the Padiyam called Sunnavan Sandana Chandam, Sudarthingal Chulamani, Vanna Urivai Udayum, Valarum Pavala Niramam, Annal Aranmuran Yerum Ahalam Valai Aravum, Tinnan Kedila Punalum Murayar Urvarna, Anjuvadi Yadundumilla, Anjavarvadumilla. He says, Lord Shaivaman, he is describing about him. He has the crescent on his head, he has Ganga water on his head. About this physical appearance of him, he explains and says, we are relative to him. Tamar means we are relative to him. So he will take care and nothing to worry about. He says, Anjivadi Yadu and we have nothing to get afraid of. No fears for others. Anjivadi Yadu and Anja Varvadumillai. That's the great statement he has made. Anja Varvadumillai means actually, even in future, we don't have such a conditions. We are relative to Lord Shaivaman. We are worshipping him. He takes care of us. So we don't bother about anything. He says, Anjivadi Yadundumillai. We are not worried about, we are not afraid of anything. Not only now, even in the days to come, we don't have anything like that. Anjivadi Yadundumillai, Anja Varvadumillai. He is the person who sung Namarkum Kudiyallom, Namanai Anjom, Narakathilidapuram. Namarkum Kudiyallom means we don't want to bow heads to anyone. We are not inferior to anyone. Namanai Anjom, Naman means, in Shaiva philosophy of this one, he is the god of death. That's what they call it. At one point of time in life, he or his team member will come and take the soul out of this life, this body. That's how it's going to happen, and it is certain for anyone. May happen at the age of 60 or 70 or 80 or 20. We don't know, but it's going to happen. We know, and we have seen. But he says, we don't even afraid of him. Narakathilidapuram, the hell, who is considered to be the extreme punishment area. All sorts of severe punishments will be there for people who make big offenses here. He says, even that place we don't bother. We will not actually get detained there, or we will not get those punishments. Nadalai means any dispatch. We don't have anything. Yemapom, Pini Ariom, Panivom Anbo. Pini Ariom, he says, we will not suffer due to any disease. Pini Ariom, Panivom Allam, we will not actually bow down our heads to anyone. Because all this is happening because Lord Shivaruman, who is above all, who is the supreme power, and who doesn't bow, and no need to bow to anyone. So since we are his relative, and we are actually bowing in front of him to his Lord's feet, he takes care of us. So we do the sincere prayers only with him, and he takes care. Tamarkum Kudiyalla Tanmayana Sangaran Nachangaven Kulayor Kadir Komarke Nam Yendrum Mila Alai Coimbatore Kurigino. Mila Alai means ever. We are actually there under his feet, and we continue to be there. So we are not bothered. That's how it says. The third punishment they gave poison. With the rice, with the milk, they gave poison so that he will. There's nothing else happened. Nanju Amuda Nanipandi Adiharar, that's what he says. That Nanju poison. God has, with his blessings, made it as Amudam. Amudam means actually, that actually extends your life like anything. He says, they were trying to give me something which would take away my life. But God has changed it in such a way which will extend my life. That's how we are. So that did not happen. The last one, they decided to tie in a stone and throw him inside the sea, so that he cannot even swim and come out. And once for all, he will be thrown into deep sea. That's all. And he has been thrown like that. He has been tied to a bigger stone so that he would not even swim. And his hands and legs are tied to the stone, and he has been put inside the deep sea. He came out. That stone as the boat, he swam on the waves and he came out. He's singing, Sottunai Vediyan Sodi Vanavan, Portunai Tirundadi Purunda Kaidula, Kaltunai Putti or Kadalil Paichinum, Natunai Avadu Namachivayave. Namachivayave, that is Namachivayam, that's the greatest mantra. So he says, Kattunai Putti or Kadalil Paichinum, even if you tie with a stone and throws me into the sea, Namashivayam will rescue me. Which means even today, we, the people, are able to realize or experience Lord Shiva's grace by singing this song. Kaltunai Putti or Kadalil Paichinum Natunayavadu Namachivayave. Even on such a despair, just to start uttering Namashivaya, Namashivaya, Namashivaya. This gives relief because Lord Shivaburman is so kind enough and taking us out of difficulties. And such a powerful mantra is saying, Adukkarkil Kidakkinum Arulin Namutra Nadukkathai Kadupadu Namachivaya. Which Even if you are held up under a mountain, not just a stone, as a big rocks or mountain held up inside, don't worry about it. Namashivayam will take you out of it. Such a great song. Even today, people undergo some difficulties, depressed for some reasons, are able to get the relief, are able to realize Lord Shaiva's grace on them by singing this padiyam, Sotrunai Vediyam. மாப்பினை தழுவிய மாதோர் பாகத்தன் துப்பினை திருந்தடை பொருந்த கொய்தவிட நாப்பினை தழுவிய நமச்சிவாய பத்தும் ஏத்தவல்லார் நமக்கு இடுக்கன் இல்லையே. Idukan means dispatch. One who sings these 10 songs of this padiham, which is called as the Namashivaya padiham, they would sing that they are totally away from dispatch, which means they have no dispatch. Namashivaya Pattum Yethavallark, who is able to sing these 10 songs of this Namashivaya. Idukkan illai. Idukkan means despair. They will not have any despair. That is great assurance. Thirunavukkarasu Swamy has given us. Even today, people are enjoying by singing. So the motto of these, all these Thirumurais, introduction is, there's a great asset given in Tamil literature for the human world. It is for the human mankind it has been given, not just for Tamil. Given in Tamil language, that's how Lord Shiva sings. So people who stay away even outside Tamil Nadu, or may not be even knowing Tamil, can actually sing and study these songs. Even today, people, we are able to see some people from Japan, Singapore, other countries. Even they don't have the opportunity to learn Tamil, but they learn these songs and sing, and they are happy because they are being blessed. So that's how it is with the fourth Thirumurai. So I just had an opportunity of introducing you one or two songs, but it's around 113 padiyams of 1070 songs. So with this, we conclude our discussion, our introduction on fourth Thirumurai. And tomorrow, I would like to see you all again with the fifth Thirumurai, again by Thirunavukkarasu Swamy. So my sincere thanks to the donations, Raja of ShaivamOrg, as well as to all the listeners. I thank this Thiruvaru and Guru. See you tomorrow. Thank you.